Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. My name is Adi Dotson. Uh, want to educate us on how to fill from I-485. It's been a long time since I wanted to do this video, but today I feel is the right time to do it. A few people that I know have been asking questions about how to go about filling from I-485. So I am dropping this video to help some of us that are planning to adjudicate our employment-based petition. So majorly, this meeting is for people that are going through employment-based route, right? So again, I am not a lawyer. I'm a business data analyst. A couple of things, business owners, but I'm not an immigration lawyer. So if you want to learn how to do it yourself, yes. But if you want to use a lawyer to help you, I'm not the right person for you, right? So please um, get the forms. I will teach you about how to go about filling the forms, how to get other information from the internet on how to go about filling I-485. But this video will provide a template, a general template for those filing employment-based petition or people that already have their um, I-40, I-140 approved, right? So this is the video for you. So I'll go straight to it. All right, let me share my screen so you can see what we have. All right, so this is the screen, and this section we will try to cover maybe 1 to 3 pages. Then maybe subsequent time, I will try and conclude on how to go about filling from I-140. All right. So this edition is expires 10 October 31, 2027. October 31, 2027. All right. So yeah, this section that you see is strictly for official use. So this is USCIS. They'll be the one dealing with this section. The other section, if you're using a lawyer to help you file, like I said, if you want to use the service of the lawyer, immigration lawyer to help you petition or to help you with this form filling, they will need to fill some of their details right here. Now, here is where you start. For those of you that are planning to use or self-petition or self-advocate the I-485. Now, there is an earlier number. Apparently, this section is for people that are already in the United States. So if you're not residing in the United States or you have your case pending in the United States, provincial, you're outside the country, you will not be using this form. Yes, you will fill this form, but this section is strictly for those that are adjudicating a visa, right, in the United States, right? So again, please don't ask me a question about how to go about NVC, National Visa Center. So this one is strictly for adjustment of status, yeah. So let's start. So part one, here is part one. Now it's asking for your names, the legal name. So this is just the generic information that I provided. So it's not all that we have different names. So you put your name accordingly. So I put Ade Ade. So we have the family name, the given name, and the middle name. Um, Try and put the right answer in the right field. So for our ladies, especially for the married one or people that probably change their name to something else, right? So it says other name you have used since birth. Over all names you have ever used, including your family name or birth, other legal names, nicknames, alias, and assumed names. So you could use this section if you have such document. But note this, if you're going to fill this section, You might need court affidavit, other document just to support why your name changed from what it used to be to what you are putting here, right? Otherwise, I would just say you don't use that or fill that field. Number three, date of birth. Now, so I put 01/09/2024. So if you know you have to know your date of birth, obviously. So you put the right figure or the right number. So it's month first, date, and year. So follow this sequence, right? All day, the all month, and all year should be put in full, not 1/9/24. So it should be 01/09/2024. Right. Now he asks this question: have you ever used any other date of birth? I wouldn't know who would have one like that. So the answer should be no. Again, on how to fill this form, there's an instruction that you can equally download. So if you go through the USCIS portal website, you just type in or put in on Google instruction on how to fill form I-485. Google is your friend. So Google, I was like, yeah, they will direct you on how to go about it, right? So let's move to second page, page 2. All right. So information about you. That is continuation of what we started. All right. Number 4. Do you have an alien number? Yes. If you have it, you put it here. How can you find your alien number? So if you have received an approved notification from USCIS about your maybe EB2NIW or EB1A, these are two employment-based petition that you can self-petition, right? So if you have those, if you have that document, your alien number will be on that document. So you can just get your alien number and insert it here. Well, here's the catch. If you don't remember your alien number, please do not put anything you don't know. You can leave the box blank. All right. Although I will encourage us to go through that document because that document is quite important. It's part of the document you're going to be submitting while you're filing your adjustment of status. I'll come to maybe I'll do another video teaching us about or telling us what forms, what documents you need to provide alongside your I-485. Right? Now the second question is, have you ever used or been assigned any other alien number? Well, I wouldn't know if other have something like that, but the right answer for this is no, right? Although if you have any, you want to cross-check and put the right number. I wouldn't know if anybody have something like that. But if you do, you know what to do. Now, gender, obviously. These are the fields that USCIS provided. You can put male or female or another gender identity if it's peculiar to you. Number 7, place of birth. Now, I'm using Nigeria as a case study. So if you're from Nigeria, this is how you go about it. It says city or town or birth, right? So you can as well go ahead and put Ikeja, Oshodi, whatever you find yourself in Lagos. Then you put Nigeria because Oshodi is a city, Ikeja is a city, even though it's the capital of Lagos, all right? So you just go ahead and put the right answer accordingly. So if you're from Ghana, from South Africa, from any part of the world, you know what to do. Put your city and country of birth. And if you don't know, you can always check your birth certificate for the right answer. All right. USCIS online account number, very important. Now, just like I mentioned, the your approval notification will have this information on it. But if it doesn't come with it, peradventure, you're in the United States, you've set an account before for your STEM, OPT, you can always go on a USCIS online portal and generate the number and put it right there. It helps you to really keep track of what is going on. All right. Well, the USCIS officer already have it. but you can as well learn how to access those documents. So you can go on your portal and generate that number and put there. All right. Number 10, recent immigration history. Right. If you last entered the United States using a passport or travel document, provide the following. So passport or travel document. Some country they do it with travel document, whereas some do with passport number. So whichever one is applicable to you, you put the right answer right there. So go and check your passport to find out which one is applicable to you. Expiration date of this passport. All right. So you see the expiration date and the issue date, right? Both of them are there, but here they are requested for expiration date. So you put the right answer. So for this field, we make use of 01 January 2026. Again, you have to put it in full, not 1, 2, 2020 or 26. It's 01 20 2026. Country that issued the passport, yes, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Colombia, wherever you're from, put the right answer right there. All right. So this one says non-migrant visa number used during most recent arrival, if any. So if you have any number applicable to you, that is, if you go and check your visa, you will see the visa number, right? So you copy or you type it inside of it, inside this field, right? Date non-migrant visa was issued, right? The day you got your visa or when the visa was issued to you, you put the answer right there, right? Place and date of last arrival into the United States. So the port of entry, if you came through land border, if you came in through the air, if you came in through the airport, which route did you use? Is it in Dallas? Is it in maybe California? Is it near Arizona? Whatever it may be, just put that the right answer right there, right? So the day of last arrival. So if you've been to the United States and you check out and you return to the United States, your last arrival date is what you put. It's not the first time you came into the United States, all right? Date of last arrival. So that's what you put in here, all right? Number 11. So we are still on page 2, right? So number 11, when I last arrived in the United States. So say the question is, I was inspected at the port of entry and admitted as, for example, exchange visitor, temporary worker, student. So if you came in as a student, you put student. If you came in as a visitor, exchange visitor, whichever one you think applies to you, and how can you learn this, right? You can check your I-94. Well, you will know what kind of visa you have, right? So learn from the kind of visa you have in your possession when you came to the United States. So that will help you complete this section. So another field that says, I was inspected at point of entry, payroll as, for example, humanitarian payroll, Cuban payroll. So whichever one applies to you, just put the right answer in the right field. And if you don't know what to put there, you can always learn from the instruction. So like I said, if you go through the website, USCIS website, you can learn how to fill the fields. Right. Let's go to page 3. So on page 3, it's still part 1 continue. Right. Information about you, person apply for lawful permanent resident, continue. Number 12. If you were issued a form I-94 arrival departure record, provide information from your most recent form I-94. Right. So here, as it is the legal document that you provided at the point of entry, captures a day. This is just a guide, not the real thing, right? So let's assume Ade is what you have, your legal name. The family name is Ade. The same thing as surname though. Given name is also Ade. Then the form I-94 arrival departure record. So you have to generate this very document, right? Just go on Google. Again, Google is your friend, right? Type in how to generate my I-94. Now it will be requiring, you will be required to provide your last name and your passport ID. I wouldn't know if it'd be asking for your date of birth, but if it doesn't, yes, with those two things, it will provide it, and you can generate that very number. And before you leave that page, make sure you print that I-94, right? It's one of the documents you'll be needing. It's part of the document you'll be submitting alongside your I-485, right? Now, expiration date. This very one, you can always get it from the form, right? So DX is mostly used to specify the position for um, students, right? It's called duration of status, right? So this one, you can be in the United States as long as you can. So far, you are still a student, right? But I think things are changing, but I wouldn't know if it will stop. But DX is duration of status, specifically for students, but for exchange visitor, definitely there will be an expiration date on your I-94, right? Now, immigration status, again, this is for students, right? Usually, a student will have F1 visa, right? So that would be representing this field, F1. Now, number 13, was your last or ever the first time you were physically present in the United States? If the answer is yes, you put yes. If the answer is no, you know what to do. If that means if you've been here in the United States before you left, you came back, so that should be the answer should be either yes or no, based on your experience with the United States, within the United States. What is your current immigration status? All right. So some people came in as a student. If you're still a student, you put student. If you have transitioned from being a student and you're currently working, maybe you are working on optional practical training, that is OPT. If it's STEM, it's going to be OPT STEM. If it's OPT, just OPT, right? And if you're a student, you put student, right? So you just know what you carry. So if you're a visitor, yeah, I know competition for visitor is really tight, but just know which one you possess, right? That's the answer you should put down there. Now, expiration date. Well, I think I already mentioned this, right? Expiration date, expiration of current immigration status. Yeah, DS again. Have you ever been issued an alien crewman visa? Now, some of this field or this section, they are not a common section for everyone. So if it applies to you, you know the right answer to provide. But for a student, I would consider it no. But what again you should do, go check the instruction for information on how to go about this side. But the general answer is no, right? Did you last arrive in the United States to join a vessel or a salesman? So this is really peculiar to people working on the safe side, maybe a crew member and all of that. So if it's not applying to you, you put no, right? But if it applies to you, yes, it will be your right answer. Now, address, current US physical address. So physical address and mailing address, they are two separated. So if you are living maybe temporarily a particular location, that could be your physical address. But when you want your document to be mailed to you in maybe your home address, peradventure you work in Florida and you live in and your home or your house is in Texas, right? So Texas will be your mailing address, while your physical address will be in Florida, right? So for this guy, Ade, right? That is the name of the owner of the property. That is the person that owns the title of that property, right? So in case of Ade. Now, the street number, this is just an example on how to go about it. Is you live in an apartment. If it's suite that you are living in, you put suite. If it's a floor, you put floor. All right. So those acronyms are floor, suite, apartment. Then you put the apartment number. So for this one, the field is not allowing us to put anything. So any field that you're unable to provide answers to, use your black pen once you print the document and use your black pen to fill it in. Remember to write that. Otherwise, your green card might be posted to a wrong address and you don't want that. All right. So The city is Dallas, the state is Texas, and the zip code 1234. That is just example, it's not a real thing. Date you first reside at this address. So how long have you been residing there? You provide the answer, right? Is this your current mailing address? If the answer is yes, you put yes. If no, just like I mentioned, Florida, Texas, yeah, you know what to do. Then you continue from this section. All right. So I will try to complete part one. The next video will be for part two. So let's go ahead. Now, information about you. Person applying for lawful permanent resident. All right. Um, bear with me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. What schedule? Have you reside at your current address for at least 5 years? Yeah. If the answer is yes, you put yes. If it's no, you put no. If your answer is no, provide your prior address for the last 5 years. So, assuming you came into the United States maybe about 2, 3 years ago, probably you were living somewhere else before. Probably you're living in Canada, you're living in the UK, or you're living in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Colombia, wherever you could be coming from, right? So you write the address in care of who. If the property is yours, you put in care of you. If it's for your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, whoever that is the owner, you put in care of the name and the street number, the apartment, and the rest should be filled accordingly. All right. So again, I used to tell people that province and county seems the same in the United States. So you can put province as maybe Dallas, postal code. You can leave this blank. State. Obviously, if you click this section, you'll be able to answer the question, right? So already, so I will advise you before you download this document and be able to fill the form electronically online as it is from the USCIS portal. But the moment you download it, some of the field will not allow you to enter values, right? So fill it directly online before you download it. So you can see I'm unable to enter anything in the field. So because I already downloaded this document, this form, right? So let's proceed. So like I said, fill the section, that important section for you to fill, because I feel that because we've already attended to something similar, that's why I left it blank, all right? Most recent address outside the United States, all right? You put the address. Oh, I think I messed something up. So it says, if you're, have you reside at your address for the last 5 years? If your answer is no, use the space in part addition. Okay. So most recent address outside United States. So I think this section is within the United States. If you have resided somewhere else other than where you live currently, all right. And this one, most recent address outside United States. So this is the section for that. All right. So 19, Social Security card. Um, so a couple of questions. Has social administration ever officially issue a social security card to you? If the answer is no, you put no. If you already have one provincial, you're a student, you are doing work on the campus, or you have your social security number, right? You can answer yes, right? Answer yes, or you want them to help you reproduce another. So you do the needful. Then your social security number, you try and put it here. You can go check your social security number and put the right values there. The right values is to be on this within this box, right? Do you want a social security issue you a social security card? Yes. If no, you can continue with the other answer. So if you answer yes, you must also answer yes to concept of for disclosure below, right? So yeah. So that's for now. We will continue from the next video. If you have any question, if there's something I did not probably point out, please do well to comment, right? And do well to subscribe. The more subscription I have will prompt me to do more videos. So please encourage your friends to comment and to also like. as well subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.